Thank you. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is saying President Putin probably would have backed off from invading Ukraine if President Biden had shipped weapons to Ukraine sooner. Does the president feel he should have acted sooner?
Well, first, I mean, just for fact's sake.
Yeah, I feel like if Jen Psaki gears up with, for fact's sake, there's a 99% chance of a Psaki bomb incoming. And the person caught in the scope this time was the oh-so-forgetful Republican, Kevin McCarthy.
President Biden has continued to make a mistake. He was too slow in providing the weapons so Ukraine can defend himself.
Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is saying President Putin probably would have backed off from invading Ukraine if President Biden had shipped weapons to Ukraine sooner. Does the president feel he should have acted sooner?
Well, first, I mean, just for fact's sake, we sent a record amount of security assistance to Ukraine during President Biden's first year in office, more than any other president in history. And we shared a significant amount of intelligence with Ukraine about Russia's intentions and military movements, as you all know, because we've talked about it in here. $3.2 billion total, $2.6 billion since this conflict started. That's in direct contrast with our predecessor, who withheld hundreds of millions of dollars in military aid from Ukraine, including javelins, which Mr. McCarthy, who was critical of us in this moment, defended at the time as, quote, the rightful thing to do.
As Press Secretary Psaki points out, McCarthy, like oh so many Republicans who have voluntary amnesia over the previous administration's action, are so quick to chime in on Biden's decisions involving Ukraine when they themselves supported Donald Trump's decision to withhold military aid from Ukraine.
Which Mr. McCarthy, who was critical of us in this moment, defended at the time as, quote, the rightful thing to do, because he claimed people believed there was corruption in the Zelensky administration. So I don't know if that's a question for us as much as a question for him. What has changed in that period of time?
Now, I'll admit it, I'm a sucker for commitment, and there is a level of admiration I have for Republicans in regards to their shameless revisionist BS. I mean, they're all in when it comes to playing dumb over decisions they know were made by their party in the past.
So Ukraine can defend themselves. And what Biden also did was hold up the MiGs planes from Poland so Ukraine can create their own no-fly zone. Why deny them that?
But we'll shift the goalposts to blame the current administration for anything. But as Jen Psaki has proven time,
when the last president wanted to host a big event for a Supreme Court nominee here at the White House, some folks got COVID, and then former Vice President Biden called it a super spreader event. So is there any risk that this event tomorrow for a Biden Supreme Court justice is going to be a super spreader event?
Well, one, at that point in time, vaccines weren't available. People were not vaccinated. It certainly puts us in a different space.
and time.
And maybe it is funny to think about it that way, but the president is talking about this as the most serious assault on our democracy.
I don't think anything about this is funny.
And time again.
Okay, on a different topic, we have new reporting that at least 23 people apprehended at the southern border in 2021 are on the terror watch list. Why do you guys think it is that somebody on a terror watch list would want to get into the United States undetected?
Well, I can't make an assessment of that, but what I can tell you is that your data you're citing here means the Border Patrol was doing their job.
She comes with receipts.